Hi there and welcome to Magic Hearts Tarot. I am Michelle. I'm going to get a message for today. Let's see what we need to know at this time. We have Love Me Tender, falling in love, adoration, passion, affection, infatuation, heartfelt sentiment, declaration of love, tenderness, emotional connection. So there's someone that you adore, there's someone that you're falling in love with, or someone is feeling that way about you. And we also have Against the Wind, perseverance, maturity, passage of time, facing challenges, lesson learned, wisdom with age, embracing life's transition. So there's a relationship here that is facing some challenges right now. I feel like it's in a vulnerable state because of the fact that it's like you love each other, but there's some lessons here that were needing to be learned, or that were learned, let's just say, because of this. I just want to get one more. And we have good vibrations, positivity, high spirits, radiant energy, constant connection, infatuation, enthusiasm, contentment, delight, lively relationship. So there's love within this relationship. There's things that happened in the past. There's still positive energy here. What is happening? Why are we getting this message? Is basically free falling, loving and leaving, perpetual loner, refusing to commit, drifting through life, need to escape, no destination. Okay, so what's happening? What's happening here is there's a lot of unpredictability, because we have crazy train, chaos, instability, unpredictable, losing control, turbulence, confusion, escapism, disorderly conduct, pandemonium. There's a balance of a lot of things here. There's a longing for each other. There's a longing to be with each other, but there's also a lot of confusion within the relationship. A lot of hard times, a lot of struggle. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening here within this relationship. Okay, sovereignty. Like I said, you're going through a difficult time here. You draw upon inner strength to overcome. So the relationship is definitely experiencing challenges. We're definitely, because you've learned from these challenges, whatever this experience, but you're still in the middle of it. Like it could be that you're in the aftermath of it, and that's why you're still feeling very confused by it. Like I said, you will overcome it, because we have ascension. You rise to the highest spiritual pinnacle. And fertility. The seeds you plant now will grow and thrive. So the reason, what I'm feeling here is that you're feeling that there's no light at the end of the tunnel, but you will get through this. It is chaotic. It's painful. It's confusing, but you will get through it. It's a challenge that you're facing, but you will overcome it. And that once you get past that, is then you're ascending and planting seeds for your future that will thrive. So we have family, making a home and having kids, and love and support, sacred union, Together, you achieve an ultimate state of oneness. Genuine. Take off your mask and be your authentic self. And then we have illumination. What you could not see before comes clear. And then we have strength. The power of your bond holds you together. So like I was saying before, this is a sacred union coming together, that you will plant the seeds of fertility, have children, and that the lessons that you're in the process of learning all through all this chaos will be lessons learned, because you will see things differently. And the key to healing this is for you both to be true to yourselves, to be your true authentic selves, to take off your mask, to be vulnerable, to show that love that you have in your heart for this person, because you truly love each other. Put your whole heart into what you desire. Put your whole self, put your whole heart and soul into this. Open up. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Because whatever this is that you're going through with them, you're both protected as you face this. And then we have awareness. Take time to be fully present in the moment. It's like, be present in what's happening here. You know, like, know that, like, yeah, this is difficult, but this is part of, you know, the way that life is. It's, you know, it's not all love and happiness and joy. Like, sometimes there's hard things that we have to face together with our person as well as on our own, and this is one of them. And by us pushing through it and facing the challenges, but also staying present in the moment and within ourselves, we will overcome this. Yeah, and you have, with the Two of Wands, that crossroads, you know, like, decide. Are we going to stay in our comfort zone, or are we going to step out and take off the mask and be ourselves? Is basically what's happening here. It's like, by not choosing to be ourselves, and, you know, both of you, what's happening in it is that it's creating the chaos. Like, not coming from your heart space, not showing how you truly feel. The Hangman. The sacrifice, because it says rewarded sacrifice. By stepping outside of your comfort zone, that's the rewarded sacrifice, because we're comfortable, right? You're sacrificing your own comfort. You're facing adversity. You're doing something different. You're actually coming out of that protection mode, let's just say. We have the Two of Pentacles. Setting priorities. What's the priority here? What do you want? What's the goal? Do you think, just because, let's just put this in a new perspective. If you think that you don't deserve this relationship, and if you think that all that it'll ever be is an ongoing battle, you know, that's what's going to happen. Like, choose what you want. You know, like, if this is what you want to be able to step outside of your comfort zone, or do you want to constantly be standing at the crossroads, balancing should I or shouldn't I? What's happening now with the Hermit in the reverse position is you've put yourself in a position of self-isolation because you're not choosing, because you're afraid of doing something different. Knight of Cups. When actually the opportunity for romance is right there. But you don't have the courage with the Seven of Wands in the reverse position. You don't have the courage. You're afraid of being hurt is what's happening. And that's why you're being protected as you face this challenge to do something differently, to change your life, to step outside of your comfort zone. Right? 8 of Cups in the reverse position. You're afraid to walk a different path. It's like as much as you love this person, as much as they love you, it's like all that love at this point, you're saying, like, is it worth it for me to be vulnerable? Is it worth me risking a heartbreak? Even though you risking that, outside of that is the possibility of the sacred union. You're still afraid to move. And you're needing to think, King of Swords energy, think logically. Do you want to be here like juggling all the time? Should I or shouldn't I? Or do you want to be happy? Because the opportunity for that is right here. Because eventually this person's not going to give you a chance. Eventually they're going to like stop waiting for you to decide, and they're going to go, and then you're not going to ever have this. There's an expression, shit or get off the pot. And that's what you're going to need to do. It's either you do it or you don't. Right? You can't stand in that energy forever, because the opportunities, is it, being with this person or not being with this person? Well, eventually your person is going to give up. Right? They're not going to choose me. They're going to feel the energy of not good enough right now. And I mean, it's true, right? The love that you have for me isn't worth you being vulnerable. Like, people will think that, right? You have to believe that you're lovable. You have to believe that this is possible. See what else we got here. Yeah, Devil in the reverse. Releasing yourself from these limited beliefs. Releasing yourself about the idea that, well, if I'm vulnerable, then I'm going to get hurt. That's a limited belief, because that's what's stopping you. You're afraid of removing the mask. You're afraid of being you. You're afraid of doing something differently, which is you opening up. And you're going to realize that. Ace of Swords. That, for some people, especially if you're someone, you faced a lot of challenges in life. And now you've come to a point where you're thinking that when something good happens, it's not going to last, that the other shoe is going to drop. Eventually, something terrible is going to happen. Like this happiness can only last just so long. Like that's a limited belief. And that there is something within your shadow. It's like something happened to made you feel that way. So what you're needing to face is that, yes, things happen, and unfortunate things happen in our life, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to continue to happen. That happened, and that's that. But this is something different. Just because this situation looks great and wonderful doesn't mean that eventually it's not going to be if I open up to it. It's a fear of being hurt. It could be a fear of abandonment. A fear that, like, if you do love this person, that, that you're afraid that they're going to leave you. Ooh. 5 of Wands. Popped out. Resolving conflict. Like I said, resolving your inner conflict. Resolving why you can't make that choice. Do you understand what I mean? Resolving why you feel that it's not possible. Focusing more on the opportunity that's there, that's presented itself. you know, like, kind of like talking yourself into believing something rather than speaking, you know, think of it as, you know, if we tell ourselves something bad's going to happen, that's all we're going to have our mind focus on. And then as soon as, like, the least little thing happens, we're like, see, I told you something bad was going to happen. Like, don't look for something bad to happen. Think of this as a positive thing here. Because it is. But the other side of it, right, is chaos and confusion. You could have good times in love, or you could have chaos and confusion. And that's where you're at right now. It's time to choose. It's time to face this challenge. What are you going to decide? Are you going to decide to have love and good times? Or are you going to stay in chaos and confusion because you're afraid of the possibility that that's not going to last forever, when really, King of Swords, what does? Right? All good things do come to an end. But that doesn't mean that we have to live in a life of being afraid of good things because we're thinking about it ending. Learn to live in the moment is really what this is about here. Tower. Time for a transition. Tower in the reverse. Needed transition. Time for you to choose. You're going to live in the chaos, or you're going to embrace the love that is right here. Right? The love that's right here. Waiting for you to decide. Are you going to embrace the love, or are you going to embrace the chaos? Or are you going to stand at the crossroads? Because there are three choices here. But, like I said before, they're only going to wait just so long. Because they're going to feel a certain type of way, and you don't want them to feel a certain type of way. So you're needing to express. You're needing to take that step of vulnerability and explain why you're standing at the crossroads to your person. And they will understand. Because that's what true love is. Understanding. Accepting. You know, accepting our person for who they are. Flaws and all. So open up to them. Express your fears, because that's step one to living in your true authenticity. Being true to yourself. Being vulnerable at times. Expressing your feelings. Telling them that you're scared. Facing your fear. Facing life's challenges. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave the reading here. I truly appreciate your time and energy. If this message has resonated with you, please like and subscribe and leave a comment, because I love hearing from you. And I'll see you again in the next one. Take care and have a blessed day.